we are in this amazing Mark 7 Ford Fiesta, James's car. So we thought might as well give you some owner's experience of having this car, what James has done to this car, and capture that, as might as well. So James, talk about if you could just give us some insights into your ownership about this car, and what made you, let's start from the beginning, what made you look at this particular model, this particular car, and look into buying this one?
I don't know really. I've obviously got into cars, so I'm here. And I was obviously looking for an upgrade, something quicker. I decided I wanted something with a turbo on it. I know it's not the biggest turbo in the world, but the turbo is a turbo in my eyes, and I know these are good for handling. They're cheap to get, and it's perfect for me, and it's good fun. So yeah, it seemed like a no-brainer. I saw loads of reviews, I watched loads of videos online, and I made the decision after about 3 or 4 months of research, and I was like, yeah, this is a car for me. It's good fun, it's practical, I use it every day. So yeah, there we go.
Thanks for sharing that, James. That was some really good thoughts into what made you look at the Fiesta and your interests. So at the time you bought this car, where did you look for this car, and if you don't mind me asking you, how much did you pay for it at the time, and on what platform did you source the car through?
So basically I looked around for Fiestas. I decided I wanted a blue one, an ST3, so narrows down the options a bit. I looked on Auto Trader, Kazoo, Cinch, that kind of place, and in the end I found what I wanted. I think I had 45,000 miles at the time on Cinch, so I went for one on Cinch, and the process of them was really good. They delivered it to me, and I think at the time the price was, I want to say 11,950, I think. So yeah,
not bad.
Yeah, no, it was good. At the time I was like, yeah, that's fine.
So 12,000 pounds for a 45,000 mile car.
Yeah, and this was
2016 plate.
Yeah, and what year was this? I think I've had it just over a year now, I think.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I can tell you the car is very nice. You listen to the engine, you don't feel that it's used as much, so it's really good. I like it.
I've had no issues with it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine, hasn't missed a beat. It's good.
Yeah. So for viewers who don't know what Cinch is, Cinch and Kazoo are some of the largest online platforms where people can buy, pretty much like an Amazon for cars, where you can look at cars, look at the history, just be confident and order it online, and it will be delivered to you, or you go to a place and pick it up. And that's the platform that James used to buy his car, and that's this Fiesta Mark 7 now, right? So what was your impression, James, after you bought the car and you took it out and drove it? What did you feel like? Did it meet your expectation? Did you feel like, wow, man, this is what I wanted?
It was straight away, and it was more. So I went from a 2007 1.2 Fiesta, so nothing quick at all, just like your box standard car.
60 mile per hour speed limit, camera ahead.
And I got in it straight away. I couldn't believe it. It was unreal. It was so easy to put the power down as well. It was loads of fun, and I felt safe in it straight away. There was no I'm going to crash instantly. But then obviously the usual thing happened, and after about 3 months I was decided I want more power. So obviously that's when all the upgrades began.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, when I first got into it, I loved it. I fell in love with it straight away.
Yeah. And
I'm still loving it now.
Yeah. I will show you a bit more about this car. It is a beautiful, I don't know the particular color code for this car. It's a blue. Spirit Blue Mark 7, guys, amazing. Right. When it is clean and it is in the sun,
check that out.
It is lovely. It's lovely. And yeah, that's great.
Stunning. Oh my god. That is a ride. Sounds amazing.
What did you think of in terms of mods? What is the first thing you changed and why? And how did that impact the performance or user experience?
So the first thing, I don't know, I feel like it might be the same for everyone. For me, it was an air intake. Straight away, get the big box out, get me a cone filter and a silicone hose, and I'll be happy. So I did that straight away, and it gave me a lovely basically induction noise that I let off. And that was the first mod I had. I probably had that for another 2 months before I did anything else. And at first, that was me happy.
Miles. At the roundabout, take the third exit onto the A303 towards Exeter.
Bloody sat nav. Yeah, no, that's what I did first, and I was happy. After that, I then decided I didn't know stuff about short shifters, so I went for a short shifter. So basically to make the gear throw smaller in between, and it feels slick now. I like it. Probably one of the best ones I've done.
Very short, yeah. And everything you did by yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So far, the mods that you just detailed out and explained, you have done it all by yourself.
Yeah, I've got the tools out, did it myself in an afternoon. longer because it's quite deep in the engine bay, but it wasn't too bad. A couple of hours, it was fine. I've got some poser delete as well. So it's basically like the supposer is like some plastic device which gives you like fake turbo noise in the cabin, and it can contribute to boost leaks sometimes. So as a precaution, I just got rid of it. Didn't really rate the fake noise anyway, so I just got rid of it. That was a pain in the ass to do. Because the clips on it are in such an awkward place and they were so hard to get off. That took ages. I cut all my hands like getting to bits. But that was worth it. That was good. And once again, these mods are like nothing. Well, the air intake was just over 100. Everything else is like £50, maybe less so far. So it's like a no-brainer. It's not really much. A few hours of my time. And then after I had that for a while, decided I wanted a crossover. So basically making the air intake basically all upgraded. It's like a metal pipe, got rid of like the plastic restrictive thing. That made a lovely sound like all the way through the air. And I think I felt a difference in the car as well. Might be a placebo, but I think I felt a difference.
Definitely, I can vouch for the difference. There is definite sound difference and performance difference.
The sound is lovely. Yeah.
Lovely sound. We will have a look later to see how it looks in the engine bay. It's amazing. Yeah.
And then I decided I wanted actual more power. And so obviously,
you're smitten once you have it.
Yeah. Once you start, you can't stop. And then so obviously the tune came in. I took the car to Pravin.
It's stage 1, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they call it their stage 1 plus, but I think it basically is just so you run it on premium fuel. So I run it on Shell V power, and that's all I ever put in. It's all I put in before, to be fair, so it was no difference to me. I took it up to their place actually, one day with a mate. It was quite a long drive.
Did they do a dyno run?
Yeah, they dynoed it before and after. They did a proper good job, showed me around their factory, so it was really nice. Shout out to Pravin. But no, showed me around his warehouse. They had some sick cars there. They got tuned, and then the drive home from it was like Barnsley, basically, Sheffield.
Peron, the place where you did it is Peron in Sheffield, is it?
Yeah, that's where their base is. Yeah, it's around there. And the whole drive back, I had a smile on my face. Yeah. It was like a completely different car.
That's what captures the owner experience or driver experience of a hot hatch, isn't it? Smiles per miles. That's the lingo I've been hearing. Even with the i20N, that's what people have been telling. It's smiles per miles. And if something can make you smile like a kid in a toy shop, I mean, I couldn't
believe it. Like just the difference in the car straight away. The fact that it was just from a tune, just from flashing ECU or whatever, it did make all that difference. I couldn't believe it. It was insane. So yeah, basically spent the whole drive back smiling, driving the car a little bit quick, obviously. But no, that was perfect. And then I had it like that for ages, and I was happy. And then obviously I got an exhaust. That was some of my friends saying, "Oh, you need an exhaust. Doesn't sound good enough." I didn't want to mess around with the cap because it's sort of funny with like the MOTs, and they're quite expensive. So I went for a cap back exhaust from Scorpion. I think it's like 450 quid. Me and my friend fitted that together. The old exhaust came off after we cut it. The bolts wouldn't work, so we basically had to cut the whole thing off. It was like all rusted. I don't know what happened with that. But that took a few hours. But once that was on, that was absolutely game changer as well. And that sounds lovely. I've got rumbles. They're like just rumbles a little bit, like just normal. I think that changed the car drastically as well. And yeah, that's it so far. I'm very happy with it. The power's good. And it's still.
I'm happy with it as well because I have driven it and it goes like a beast, like a rocket. Literally, this is the analogy I can think of. It's like something has caught the front wheels and it's slinging you like that. That's the exact feel I have because of the torque steer you get. It is insane. Like something is like just like but it's amazing feeling getting that amount of power in such a small car.
Yeah, it's so light. Well, it's just over a ton. So with the lightness, the torque is perfect until the little turbo kicks in. It's just the power delivery is great.
I think for anyone who's looking at a Mk7 Ford Fiesta, it's an amazing car to own, especially for a budget.
It's good, cheap, fun. Running it's so cheap. Nothing's gone wrong with it. I think they're really reliable. Mine has been absolutely fine.
And you have been servicing it with Ford, isn't it?
Yeah. So I got it serviced before I got it tuned, and it wasn't due a service, but I just got the service done. And they said it was all fine. Like it was all good. MOTs have been all good. Everything. It's super reliable. I've not had any problems with it whatsoever.
Excellent. And what's been the fuel economy average over a period of time? We did have a look at it, isn't it?
So obviously when I first got it, the miles per gallon average was like 26, obviously because I was driving like a lunatic. But now that we look here, average 31. So it's around 31, 32, depends what kind of journey I'm doing.
And James, do you do a lot of town driving?
Yeah, to be fair, work's like a 5-10 minute drive, and it's like not stoppy starty, I suppose. It's like a little bit through town, so obviously it's not ideal for the miles per gallon, but I still want to get 30 to 32. On a long drive like this, it'll get 35, 36, I think. So fuel's not an issue. I'm not constantly running out of fuel and spending too much on it, so I'm happy with that. I'm fine. It's good.
Makes sense. Yeah, so that's roads and if you're really pushing it, you're looking at mid-30s is a sweet spot. And if you drive it really carefully, you could get high 30s as well.
Yeah.
Depends on, and on the motorway, if you
In
just
2
sit it,
miles, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto the A303 towards Exeter.
and if on the motorway, I think if you sit between 65 to 72, you will definitely get 40, 41, 42 miles per gallon.
My live miles per gallon tracker here is between like 45 and 55, and what we're doing basically doing 70.
Yeah,
70.
that's a 70. Just sit there tight. But yeah, the ride-wise, the experience so far has been, it's a bit stiff.
Yeah.
But once you get to speed and on the motorway, it's not too bad. But one call out specifically, comparing the Mark 7 Fiesta to the Mark 8 Fiesta is the seats on the Mark 8 ST3 Fiesta, the Mark 7 ST3 Fiesta is amazing. Last week you would have seen the other video where we test drove a Mark 8 Fiesta ST3. The seats are nice, but they're too intrusive, I felt.
Yeah.
And the space-wise, the layout here as well. The
Inside the cabin, which is like, it seems quite
very,
narrow.
very constricted, I
Yeah,
felt.
I wasn't a fan. And I come in this and it's like, feels like a lot wider and more spacious. It's weird.
But I must say, these seats and the quality on these Recaro seats in the Mark 7 ST3s are
That's my favourite
amazing,
of mine.
guys.
Parents, they're lovely.
So supportive, so solid, and it's comfortable as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a little bit stiff,
Take the
but it's
third
fine.
exit onto the A303.
This car is absolutely stunning. He's given it a good clean. So for all those folks who are thinking about a hot hatch, the Mark 7 ST is definitely one to think of. Lots of modification options, lots of opportunity to tune it to your interests. It's very clean and neat. Look at that, guys. Look at that view. Amazing, amazing, amazing value for money as well. But the only thing is, if you're looking for a 5-door model, it's quite less in number. Mostly it's 3-door only. But yeah, this particular Fiesta ST Mark 7 looks way better as a 3-door. So there we go. Thank you all.